Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Ready, set, the moment's here. But at least it's speed, let the track appear. Let go, give it your all. Chase up in the side of the crowd, call. Get set, get ready, it's bound to go. The charges of the crowds on the floor. Ready, set, woo, go. Let the game begin, the unleashed chat, woo. Let your spirit win.
What's up? What's up? You know what time it is. Usually you are seeing us virtually and it's a split screen, but today it is split screen. You already see who I'm with. I'm with my boy, the bearded wonder himself. What's up, man?
Man, I'm glad Justin ain't wearing that shirt.
You know what shirt I'm wearing today? I'm wearing a shirt that's representing the United States of America, baby.
That boy ain't even American.
You already know I'm out here repping the champ. Cause you know who we got in the studio today? We have MJW, baby, in the studio, man.
World's fastest woman. You know what I mean? Second woman. First U.S. athlete to complete the triple gold. Second female to ever do it, man. World's fastest woman, Melissa Jefferson-Wooden. Welcome to RSG. It's been a long time coming.
I know. Yeah. I'm like so happy I'm here.
We're glad to have you.
Yes, I'm happy to be here.
Yeah. So we know we got a chance to sit with you a little bit between, your races that you've been doing. Mm-hmm. And we just wanted, we're looking back at everything that has led you up to this moment. And I've been in awe. I know Rod has been in awe too. Of not only what you have brought to the table, or to the track, should I say, time-wise, but the person that you are and you keep being. So please be that.
Yes.
Please be in that.
Thank you.
I'd like to get us started, man, with when did you start? And I think we have a couple of things that where people know. When did you, I'll say this, not when did you start track and field. Mm-hmm. When did you recognize that you were a talent?
Ooh, that's a good one because I've never been asked that before. I think I recognized that it would probably have been my sophomore year in college. And that was coming back off of the COVID year because my freshman year was COVID. So I only got to do an indoor season. And then coming back to that next year and then making outdoor national championships, it was like, okay, I'm on the right path. I know that I could get this done. It's just a matter of when it's going to happen. I think that was when I realized it.
Really?
Yeah. So
what was your mind frame before then? Were you just kind of like Coastal Carolina, just enjoying college and running and competing?
Yeah. It was like a little bit of both, right? I've always been a competitor, but I've never been one to really lean into how competitive I can be. I was very much so very, shy, timid, but when I get on the track, I'm gonna show you what I could do. It was never something that was kind of I want to win. I just was I wanted to compete. And for a while, I got kind of just happy with being there, not really being in the mix. And so that's what it was before that year. When I got to college, I came out of high school running 12 flat, right? Which that's slow.
I mean, nowadays.
Yeah, nowadays. Yeah. But I wasn't getting looks from, a LSU or Oregon or Georgia or USC. At that point in time, it was kind of okay, can you take me? I'll come if you take me. And so that's kind of what happened with going to Coastal in that first year. It was really just with, shout out to Coach Goodman. We came the same year together. And so it was kind of he developed me, changed the way I ran. There's videos that I probably have in my archives now on Instagram, but there's videos where you can literally see the transition of what I came looking like once I first got to Coastal, what I looked like, and then over the span of that August to December, how much he had changed my running form. It was ridiculous.
So is it safe to say when you were in your high school, shouts out to Georgetown.
Yes.
South Carolina in
Shout
the building.
Out Georgetown, South Carolina.
About 9,000 people population.
Literally
Country
small.
girl, for real.
Yes.
Okay. So when you were there, would you say that when you competed for your high school was just raw talent? You didn't know how to start. You know your running mechanics. You just was out there just running 12 flat off of just talent.
Yeah. I was fortunate to have some coaches along the way throughout high school, that knew what they were talking about and were able to actually coach me. But at that point, it was like you said, the area that I'm from is very small. So I never knew what it was like to do fall conditioning for track. Like I was doing cross country, I was doing band, I was doing basketball. We won't talk about the basketball part. But like I was just in everything. So I never really got a chance to see what my full potential could be because I was always doing so much other things.
What's crazy is you say that. I would have thought that you would have, but I guess because you're from a small town and you didn't see 12 seconds in such a fast time. It said that you won state, I think, in your sophomore year.
Yeah, my freshman year.
Your freshman year, you won state in the 100 and the 200.
Yep, and I was on the 4x1 team. Yep.
And you won the 4x1 too. Mm-hmm. Which was, I guess, premonition of what would happen in the future.
Right.
with not
crazy.
Good fall training because she was busy playing saxophone.
Yeah.
For the band.
I was.
She sing too. She don't know I know that.
I do sing.
We might have a bust out of
So she's a woman of many talents.
Many talents.
A little bit.
So do you, what in your off time, now that you have risen to the stardom that you're at now, is there anything that you like to partake in or like to do on the side? Like, do you still kind of do a little singing? Do you do a little saxophone?
I've shied away from singing a lot in public. I don't really sing a lot in public as I used to because when I was in high school, I don't know why I'm saying this, but I'll just go ahead and say it.
Go ahead and say it.
So not only was I in the band, but I used to sing the national anthem at every single home basketball and football game from like
we gotta go get
my
some videos.
freshman year up until my senior year. Like I literally sung it at my high school graduation and I said, okay, this is the last time that I will ever sing this song. Like I'm done. I'm over it. Yeah. But like nowadays, I really don't sing a lot in public, the occasional singing around the house and stuff like that. But I actually picked up some different things like I play the game a lot. I've started reading again.
What, you like on Xbox or PS5?
PS5. I have a PS5 and I have a PC.
Hold on, who's better on the game, you or your husband?
Now,
no, you fold your arms. Tell me everything you know.
because I should say that it's him, but why would I say that it's not me? You know what I mean? Like,
you on a roll. You on a roll, so we're gonna give it to you until he can speak on it.
Hey,
no.
Winners do what winners do. We all know I'm a winner. We all know.
No, he's definitely the better one though. He got me into playing the game again, like watching him and his friend Isaiah play Call of Duty all the time. I'm just sitting there like, when you're in college and, you got a girlfriend or whatever, they're like, oh my gosh, you're always playing the game. And I'm just sitting on the bed watching like, and so then they would let me play like when it was on the loading screen before the actual game starts. And then it just took off from there. So. Okay.
How did y'all meet? Roland?
So we met in college back in 2020. And he's over there folding his arms because he think I'm about to tell my truth.
Oh, she know you, bro. She didn't even look your way. It was all peripheral.
I'm about to tell. I'm telling my truth. Okay, this is what happened. So we got back to school, or I guess really this was over the summer, right before the 2020 fall semester was about to start, and I used to do this thing on Instagram where like I would actually pay attention to the suggested follows, right? So I'm a person like, I go to Coastal, I do sports. Let me follow other people that go to Coastal and do sports. So that's what I did. I was just following people, right? So then apparently a couple weeks later, mind you, I say apparently, on Snapchat, I was watching Snapchat and one of the guys' story came up. They played football and he had taken a video of someone sleeping on the floor in the locker room. And so I thought it was funny. And so they mentioned the person. And so I thought it was funny, so I just slid up and added the person on Snapchat. So apparently the person was Roland. So now he's paying attention to the fact that I followed him on Instagram and then I followed him a couple weeks later on Snapchat. So he thought that I was shooting my shot. But I was just very oblivious, right? So he, I think it was like a Friday, like right when I had moved into school. And so me just being funny, I'm on there like posting it raining on Snapchat. I'm like, oh, this is cuddle weather. And so he slides up on the story and goes, yeah. So I'm like, okay. So I can't remember exactly what I said back. And then all he said was, yeah, I could say we would, but I have football, or no, he didn't say I have football practice. He was like, I have practice at 5. So I was like, oh, what sports you play? Mind you now, I'm very like just not paying attention to what's going on. So he's like, I'm like, what sport do you play? He was like, football. I left him on red for about like 10 minutes. I did. I'm not going to lie. Because I was like, I told myself when I got to college, I wasn't going to talk to any football player, football or basketball players. It was a no-go.
Yeah.
And so.
That's what I tell my daughter.
Yeah.
I'm talking no football player.
So then I was like, okay, Melissa, do you really want to go down this road? Whatever happens, happens. So then I text back, and then we ended up texting back and forth. So he asked me out for ice cream that weekend, but I had a friend at the time. Her birthday was that weekend. We had already made plans. So I was like, oh, well, I can't go for ice cream this weekend, And so then we kept texting throughout the weekend. He thought that I was blowing him off. So that following Monday, after that Saturday, he tried again, and it was like, hey, like, do you want to go out for dinner or whatever? So I'm like, sure. We've been texting all weekend. It's been cool. And so he was like, where do you want to go? I was like, I don't know. Surprise me. So we went to Chili's, came and picked me up, which for me, that was a little new, you know?
Okay.
Took me out to dinner, paid for my food. I was ready to pay for my own Sammy, paid for my Sammy. It was great. Okay. And then ever since then, it's been history.
Well, listen, you should have known. You should have known he understood cuddling, because when you saw him for the first time, he was sleeping in the locker room.
Yeah.
You know what? You're right. I didn't even think about it like that. I didn't even think about it like that.
We know that he's definitely a huge anchor and support system for you. You know what I mean? I like how you guys' relationship go. I mean, sometimes when people get married, if the person don't really understand what that person is, it can cause a rift in the relationship, especially where you're at in your career. But you guys complement each other so well. I think you guys could be a very good example for our sport. Thinking about that, right? Going into your, what is that? I think it's your sophomore year in college. The year that you won.
Junior year.
It was your junior year when you won the indoor title. So it seems to like you and Julian, you beat Julian here. Right? This is your first time for Coastal Carolina to win their title. What's your feeling? Take us through that whole thing. Because, I mean, you were like the dark horse. Nobody really thought that you would do it. And then when you did it, it was like, boom.
Yeah. So the first day, the day of the prelim, before I left out of my hotel room, there was a ladybug on my window, like on the blinds, right? So I'm very big on like signs. I see triple numbers, I'm screenshotting it, or I'm writing it down, I'm looking it up like, what does this mean? What does this mean? So when I saw that ladybug, I know ladybugs mean good luck. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, I don't know what's about to happen, but it's about to be good. So I was in the second heat, and I remember Julian was in the heat before me, the prelim, and I was also in the heat with Kimba, who at the time had the collegiate record, right? So we're walking out and everybody's cheering and stuff. We go, and there goes the collegiate record, just broken by Julian Alfred. And I remember watching Kimba, she's just like looking around like, what the heck? And I'm out here like, well, let's just see what happens. I'm like, the collegiate record's already broken. Like, who knows what is going to happen next? Yeah. So we get on the line and the gun goes off. And I don't know, literally, like, I don't know what to describe it as, but it was just like one of the most freest moments I've ever felt in my life. Because I got on the line knowing that all I needed to do was get to the meet. And I got to the meet, so it's like, okay, now, like, what can I do about this? And so the gun goes off, I get through the line. I realize I'm first, I'm like, oh, okay. But then I saw the time, I was like, 7:10? Like, ooh. Okay, cool. We in the mix. Like, we can do something with this. And so then the next day comes, and, you know, obviously with Julian breaking it the day before, the race was already given away, right? Which, in respect to her and what she's done, like, who wouldn't say that, you know, she's the favorite to win it, right? So we go out there, once again, just telling myself, like, look, you here? Like, just make the most of the moment. And I just kept telling myself before, like, literally before they told us on your march, I was just like, God just got my feet, right? At this point, like, I'm already here. You got me here. Like, let's just do it. And so the gun goes off, and I remember just feeling like in the middle, maybe about 40 meters into the race, I felt this like opening because it was very close, obviously. But then you could just feel like
that movement.
Yes, it was like the craziest little opening, and then I remember going like this, and I can't see, obviously, so I'm squinting at the board like, what is going on? And I see my name go first, and I just lose it because I'm like, what in the actual heck? Like, I just came into this meet seated at number 12 from this little old school in Conway, South Carolina, nobody knows nothing about, and I done came out here and won the whole thing.
So I want to kind of dial it back a little bit when you first got there and just leading up to this moment, right? Mm-hmm. What did your coach at your college give to you that activated you? Because when my high school coach, mm-hmm. he told me I was world class before I knew what world class was. Mm-hmm. My college coach told me I had greatness in me. Mm-hmm. I just had to show it to the world. Mm-hmm. And then the rest was history, right?
Yeah.
What was it that coach gave to you that made you feel like those opportunities or moments were actually for you? Mm-hmm. Even in those moments where you had another opponent go out and break the national record and you had to line up against them the next day, mm-hmm. and you said, whatever happens, happens, but I know I'm here to do what I have to do.
Yeah. I think with Coach G, his thing has always been, no matter who's in the race, I'm going to always pick you. And for me, that meant the most because coming out of high school, I never had consistency with coaches. I had about 4 to 5 different coaches throughout me running in high school. Like I had a new coach every single year. Wow. And so one of my biggest things when I went to school was just wanting consistency. Like all I've ever wanted is consistency. Mm-hmm. And so to have a coach who not only like saw that like, hey, okay, this was the situation that she was in. Let me see how much I can help her. But then also me being receptive to what he's trying to teach me. And so that was the thing leading into that year. And then also coming off of that outdoor season where, yeah, I made it to the outdoor meet or the outdoor national championships, but I didn't even make the final for both. And I sat there and boohooed, cried like a baby. So he drove me around Eugene, Oregon for about maybe 20, 30 minutes and said, look, this feeling that you feeling, like, keep it. Because you don't ever want to feel like that ever again. So what are you going to do about it? And so that next year we went to work, wrote down the goals saying like, look, this is what I want to do. And he was like, okay, I'm going to hold you to it. But at the end of the day, no matter who's in the race, I'm going to always pick you.
Okay, that's great activation and great development from that coach because he was really unknown at the time. You and him both. Mm-hmm. And that kind of put him on the map. He's at USC now. Correct?
Yep.
Yeah, and that I remember that putting him on the map with him and you doing what you guys did. Mm-hmm. Now, going into that outdoor season, what was that like for you? Because now you can't hide.
Right.
It's like, it's easy to hide when you're 12. Mm-hmm. But when you do that, the people who were supposed to win, you no longer can hide. Mm-hmm. Now all eyes are on you. How do you handle that outdoor season? Going into, and I we all know what happens in the end, but you know what happens
before that.
Yeah. Take us through that.
Yeah. So it was crazy. I remember when we came back from Birmingham for like that whole week, it was nothing but media this, media that. People coming to the school like, oh, we want to, do an interview here. It's local news and people like that. But Coastal's a small school at that point. We only had about 10,000 students total on campus. And
so you had more people on campus
than my hometown.
Than your hometown.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Wow.
Yes. But and I was also Coastal's first national champion since 2016 when the baseball team won. Wow. So it was a big deal, like really big deal. And I remember telling Roland, by the time we got to the end of that week, I was like, this is a lot. Like, I didn't sign up for all of this. I just want to run. I just wanted it to do good. Like, when it came to all of the media stuff, and then you get to asking or answering the questions, most of them the same. Like, did you know you were going to do this? And it's like, you appreciate it because they're trying to acknowledge and respect what you did. But also it's like, I really just want to run.
Yeah.
So it was dealing with that. And then also at that point, I ran 7:09. I'm in a really good spot. Now agents are calling. So then, you're trying to go the best way about it because also you're in a situation to where you can either go back to school or you can go pro. But it's all depending on what you do outdoors. So my first 100 that year, I think we went to Tom Jones and I opened up like 11 flat. Yeah, 11 flat, which should have been 10-9, but I leaned 5 meters earlier. And so I remember just, trying to keep that momentum going,
yeah.
right? Not really worrying about, who's reaching out and things like that. And I will say too, like my support system or the village that I had then, even now, like they've always done a really good job at making sure that I can still focus on what it is that I need to do. So, you only hear stuff when you need to hear it, right? Whether it's getting like, okay, we're getting closer. At least if you do decide to go pro, you need to be narrowing it down to who you want to work with.
Yeah.
And so that was a big thing that happened. So by the time we got to that outdoor conference meet, or the Sunbelt outdoor conference meet, I had pretty much had a good idea of who I wanted to go with, but it was kind of like okay, we're just going to keep seeing how it goes. And so I went to that meet, and the first day of the prelim, I ran 11:37 or something like that. But we were in Lafayette, Louisiana. We had started warming up, got a weather delay. Then they were like, okay, y'all could chill out. Then it was like, no, actually, you got to get up, start going right now. I got a bag of Cheetos in my hand. I'm munching. I'm like, wait a minute. Like, I don't be doing all of this. So I'm like, okay, trying to keep it together. Next thing you know, I'm about to start cramping up. Come on, don't do this.
All I can imagine is her with the Cheeto bag in her hand, like, all right, y'all warm up. She like, all right, let's go.
Absolutely. I'm like, where the water at? Let me get some water.
So you start cramping.
Yes, start cramping. And I just remember my coach was mad because he's like, you guys are doing all of this, and she's going to go out there and run 10-8 on Saturday, and y'all going to be looking stupid. Talking to the officials, right? Because of how they've been handling the whole thing. Lo and behold, I go out there that Saturday, I run 10-8, right? Like he literally, like he just knew. So at that point, it's like, okay, we over the big hump. We know you can run sub 11. Just do what you need to do. Getting excited, it's getting closer. You watch different shows and stuff, or you see stuff on social media. Now they're like, oh, we're picking her to win, or we think she can win, and all this stuff. And not that I've always been somebody to like really pay attention to that stuff, but you can't ignore it. Like at the end of the day, you're still human. You're gonna see it, you're gonna think about it.
Of course.
So by the time we got to I had barely made it out of regionals. I had gotten third in both the 100 and the 200, but it was enough. It was like just get me through. Yeah. We get to nationals, and I have a really good prelim day all around the board. I walked down on the 4x1. I ran 10:96 in the 100, and in the 200 I ran like 22.5, which at that point for me in the 200, that's really good. So
you was, because you wasn't known as a 200 meter runner.
Yeah. Okay. And then I was just so focused on my goal sheet of like, one of my goals this year was not only to just make it to outdoor nationals for the 100 and 200. No, I was going to be in that final because I wasn't the year before. Yeah. And so we get to that finals day, and nobody understands how tight that finals day NCAA outdoor schedule is. It is like
go.
Literally.
Oh yeah, because the TV time too.
Yes. You get off the track for the 4x1, you got about 20 minutes to get ready for the 100.
It's not an event anymore, it's a show.
Yeah.
That's what they put on the show, yeah.
Literally. And so with our 4x1 team, we made the final, but we didn't do that good. Like we finished ninth. But then the crazy part about it is one of the teams got disqualified, so we really got eighth. So at that point, I'm like, okay, just come on, just let it go. It happened for a reason. But then we get to that 100, and once again the gun goes off. You got everybody. You basically have a rematch from indoor nationals, and so stakes are high. You know what you've done before. You know you could do it again, and the gun goes off, and you just don't do it. You got no explanation for it. You just, I gave it everything I had. Yeah. And that day, it clearly wasn't enough. I finished 7th and 8th in the 200. So it was bad. Like I was pissed. I think that was maybe the second time in my collegiate career that I was actually pissed about a race, because it was just like why?
In that year, what year was that again? That was
2022.
2022.
Mm-hmm.
Now I want to dial it back a little bit. I know you're very, very keen on your village,
mm-hmm.
and we're gonna talk a little about how you gave your father life with stem cells,
mm-hmm.
right? By giving him this and you going through all of that and winning, how did that motivate you, seeing your dad have a second chance on life and everything else, and your village watching you and all the way up to this moment? What was that like, a really big impact of like, I'm doing this for them or anything else?
Oh yeah, no, definitely. Like everything that I've ever done has always been for them. And then when my dad was sick, that was hard because he was the one who was always at the track meets recording, right? And so like his job allowed for him to get off earlier than my mom could sometimes. So every track meet there was on a Wednesday or a Thursday during high school track, like he was there. And then even when it came to the summertime, when we started doing summer track, him and my mom, like they were the ones taking me, driving me to different states and stuff, going to the meets into a world that we've never been in before, didn't even know existed.
Yeah.
And so when he got sick, all of that kind of shut out. So that he got sick that summer of 2018, going into my senior year. And that year I did summer track as well. But it felt really strange not having my parents there because they're always there.
Yeah. Like
it's always the three of us. We're always together. And so that put a lot of things into perspective too, as to say like, you know, at some point there could have been a life where, you know, maybe it's just me and my mom. And like, obviously we have other family, but essentially when it comes to the people who are always there, like essentially, like that's kind of crazy, you know, the idea of him not being here. Yeah. And so when we had to go through that and it came down to us testing family members and things like that, I literally told my mom, I was like, I knew, I had a feeling like it was going to be me, like I was going to be the match. And obviously like my sisters and my aunt, my dad's sister, they were all matches too, but because I was the younger one and didn't have kids, I was the preferred match. Yeah.
So I kind of want to pause you right there and kind of go a little bit deeper for the audience so they can understand. Your dad wasn't producing white blood cells, correct? And if he didn't produce those white blood cells at some point in time, it could have turned into leukemia, right?
Yeah.
So we're looking at serious implications that could happen to him, right? Life-altering, possibly death, right? You had to do bone marrow stem cells. Could you walk us through that procedure of what it's like?
Yeah. So I'm so happy that they came up with the stem cell transplant, because if they didn't have that option, they would actually have to go into my bone marrow and get
painful.
And I've never watched my dad get a bone marrow biopsy done, but I've heard not fun. Like there isn't anything, like once that drill gets past the flesh, it's like there ain't nothing to do about that. Like it's bad. But the stem cell transplant allows for you to basically essentially be hooked up to a machine with 2 IVs in each hand, and it's almost like you're sitting there getting a blood transfusion done. And so that was like an outpatient kind of procedure. It took 2 days, but leading up into that, there were like these, what they call stem cell injections, but basically like your stem cells don't necessarily float around in your bloodstream. So they inject you with the stem cell projections to be able to get the stem cells out and floating into your bloodstream so that it's easier to get to. So that was a little rough because they come with side effects. So like there's achiness, like just really like soreness or whatever the case may be. You could experience nausea, fatigue, headaches. Like there's a whole lot of things. And so the one thing that I was scared of is nausea. Like I'm just not really big on the throw up department. That's just, it's just, I was like, I could deal with any other symptom you got, but the nausea, no. Luckily for me, I didn't have that. I had more so of like the achiness and soreness, which at times it did like ramp up a lot because they would do the shots in my back. And so my back was like really sore. Like for a couple of days, I couldn't really like walk for us. I did a lot of just like laying down and getting ready and stuff.
You're 17, 18 years old when this is happening.
Yes.
And you're going through this procedure.
Yeah.
You're in high school. You're still doing all these things. Band, basketball, track, everything.
Yep.
Did you feel like going through this procedure for your father was going to stunt your projection of success, going to college and everything?
So I'm glad you asked that, because for a split second, I did think about that. But literally, it was a split second. It was like, nah, I don't care. Like, it's my dad. I'm going to do it.
Ride or die.
Ride or die. Like, at the end of the day, if whatever's supposed to happen for me will happen. But I know that this right now is what I need to do. And so, after doing the procedure and everything, I was able to go back home, which at the time, my sister stayed at home. So it's not like I was at home by myself or anything, but my mom actually, her and my dad had to stay in Charleston in MUSC for about 100 days. Wow. Just to make sure that nothing backtracked or that his body accepted my stem cells and everything. So they essentially missed the first half of my senior year. I was homecoming queen, started getting a little bit of looks from different schools, well, maybe like 2 or 3 schools, as far as like for track and things like that. But
so you couldn't share none of those experiences firsthand with them because he was in the hospital for those 100 days.
So your senior night, they didn't walk with you either. No pictures.
Nope.
Oh man.
It was my sister.
I mean, someone was there.
Right. Oh yeah. Yeah. And I would say that too, to your question about, just the village and how much they mean to me, or like why I do this and it's for them. It is because when someone isn't there, or if one person can't be there, there's always someone else. And I say all the time now, like, you very rarely see me it's just me. Like, there's at least 2 or 3 people. If there's just one other person with me, that means a lot of stuff is going on. But for the most part, like, I'm traveling in large numbers. Like, we were at USA's this past weekend, and I had about 30 people there.
I saw you. I saw your Valley River commercial.
yes.
Yeah, my girl. Nah, you gotta live. The funny thing is, you say you do everything for the village, and we seen the success you have. When you decide to do it for you, what happens?
It's so crazy. I don't even know if I know how to do that. Honestly,
I think the world is scared if you figure it out. I'm scared if you figure it out. I'm glad we talked about your dad. I'm glad we went to that last moment and that supporting part of you losing NCAAs. But we all know you entered for USA's at this point. Take us through that. What happens at USA's? Because you get 7th place there.
Yeah.
What happens next?
So that I go back home after NCAAs and I train for about 2 weeks. So my coach at the time, he had to go back home to England. And so at that point, that was when they were having a lot of trouble with the visas and stuff.
Well,
so
Trump went in office.
Thank God.
You've been gone for good.
Listen,
Listen, we know a great visa lawyer.
we do not give out visas anymore.
Yeah.
We give out gold cards. You have to pay for them.
There you go, exactly. So you came back after that devastating loss. Your coach has to go back. So basically you're there.
Basically I'm there. I'm there with the head coach of Coastal Carolina.
Okay.
And the volunteer coach, Coach Rich, he was there too to help me, but he didn't get to go with me out to Eugene. So it was just me and Coach Sandy. And so we get out there, or during that 2 weeks of training, that first week I went back home, I needed to be loved on by my family, right? Because it's like, okay, everybody kind of has an idea of what could happen, but me, I'm going through the logistics of, okay, like, this is a chance I can actually start to, like, this could be my life. Like, I could do the thing that I love for a long time. And did I mess it up? Did I not? I don't know. So they're like, okay, it's going to be fine. So those 2 weeks, go back home and train. And I'm just telling myself, like, look, you going out here to prove nothing to nobody. You have nothing to lose. You're in a great spot. You can either go back to school and, you'll be on full scholarship, and, you'll get to do the things that you want to do and improve on where you already been, or you can start a new life. You can start a new journey. You can go professional. Like, the ball is literally in your court. It's what you want to do. So just run like you have nothing to lose, because you don't. And so we go out there and the prelim comes. I remember kind of feeling, it was the crazier thing is that it was feeling like indoor nationals all over again. Like, everything that was happening, not necessarily in that way, but it was just very familiar.
Yeah.
So go out there in the prelims, run like 11:02 or something like that. So, okay, we in there. Come out the next day, semifinals. In the semifinals, I'm in the heat with Aaliyah. Aaliyah Hobbs, mind you, we all know Aaliyah's great.
She gonna give you a 10-8 all day, every day.
Yes, and that year she was like on a tear of like, okay, yeah, like this is
she dropping them.
Yes. So I'm like, okay, cool. Get through the line. 1080, 1080 what? 1082? Like, what's going on? Okay, cool. So, and I will say this too. Shout out to Coach Tyrone Edgar, aka GB, who is Coach G's mentor. He had a U20 athlete out there at the same time we were out there. So he was actually, you know, helping me in the warm-up area and stuff like too.
Him. He's a coach too.
Love GB.
Yeah.
Love GB. So I remember him telling me when I came back from the semifinals, he was like, you don't need to do nothing else. You need to go sit down, put your feet up, let them figure it out. I said, okay. So I got my popcorn, snacking on my popcorn, playing my little game on my phone. And remember going back out there for the finals. We were standing on the line waiting to go. And I remember feeling this like surge of wind on my back. Like literally I'm standing there like this and I feel myself go like this. Like the wind was
in
obviously
your lane,
in that race.
or everyone's lane.
Well,
like real wind.
No, real wind.
Okay.
Real wind.
I thought maybe it was the wind of God.
Listen, I mean, it might have been him too. I think it was him too, because I'll be like, come on, I need you. So gun goes off. Once again, it feels like this, and at the last minute, I'll feel myself really separate in the last 20 meters, and I lean and I'm like, oh snap, I've been here before. Like, wow, I did it again.
Yeah.
When nobody thought I could do it, I literally did it again. And then I was just like, all I could do is just say, wow. Like, to think that 2 weeks ago I was here and I was 7th and 8th, and now I'm here and I'm first on a bigger stage. Mm-hmm. And not only did I make the team, but I won. And I ran 10:69, even though it was windy. It's still 10:6.
Yeah.
Like, just crazy.
The agents was back on the phone. Hey, you know we ain't talked in 2 weeks, but listen, hey, I had the kids and everything, soccer practice.
Well,
but
listen.
we talking now.
Listen. But by that point, though, I had already made a decision with who I was going to go for with an agency. Yes. Oh, okay. So I had decided to go with Total Sports. I got a chance to meet them while I was out there at USA's. It was so crazy because GB knows who it is, and so. But we've only communicated on the phone. Like, we've never talked.
Email, phone, whatever.
Right.
Like that. So you don't know physically what Mark looks like.
Yes. Okay. I don't know physically what Mark looks like, but I know he's like, here, we said we were going to see each other. And so then I remember he was like kind of like walking around GB. And so he's talking to GB. GB goes, I mean, she's right there. So he's like, hello, my name is Mark Block. How are you? It was the craziest thing. But yeah, so it was great.
It's so crazy that you're so bubbly, but when you see you on the field, you look so determined, very determined. Mm-hmm. What's going through that head when you're that determined? If somebody could understand what's going through that head of yours on the line when you look that determined.
I've had one time in my life where one of the things that I love the most almost got taken away from me. And I told myself ever since that day that I will never let myself or anyone or anything get in the way of doing what I love.
Amen to that.
And so that's what you see when you see me on the line. At that point, it's very much so. It's real simple for me. You have the people who are like really good at what they do, but they just do it, right? Then you have people like me who are really good at what they do, but they really love what they do. Mm-hmm. Like, I really love what I do. I love track and field. So I would never put myself in a predicament to let anything or anyone get in the way of that, because I know how much it means to me. Yeah. I know how much joy and how much peace track brings to me. So why would I let anything get in that way?
That's true. So with that, knowing that when you're at the starting line, but also seeing the repetitiveness of how you've won in big moments, mm-hmm. Do you feel not putting those pressures on you is your blueprint?
I would say so. I think the what's the words I'm looking for? I really do feel like the love and the peace that I have for it, like, just, it cancels out everything else. It cancels out no matter how big the race is, how small the race is, how high the stakes may be. Like, none of it matters. Once I get on the line, none of it matters.
If the passion is fueling you, it doesn't matter what setting you're in.
Nope, never.
I like that you said that. What was I know once you turned pro, a lot of things change. Mm-hmm. And I think I explain this a lot on our show. When you first go pro, like the triangle shifts. You may be at the top, but you flip to the bottom, but you don't realize it right away. Mm-hmm. What was your welcome to the professional ranks moment as, this is different? This is different.
Those 500-meter repeats.
Listen, boy, I can't wait till we get to talk about those right there.
Oh, we know all about it. We know all
about it. Because we've been under the same guidance.
Yeah, but no, I think my welcome to. Yeah, no, not the first year.
Yeah, she wasn't there yet.
But I think my moment was. Roland would say this was my moment, but I think it was because I was in denial. I can look back at that now and say that. I think my moment was at USA's when I know that, like, no matter at the end of the day, when it comes to a championship, like, I'm ready to perform. And I came to that championships thinking that I was going to make that team, and I did not make that team. That right there was kind of like, okay.
Rolling over there, I didn't know if you were using peripheral, but Roland was like, yep.
Yeah.
This the one.
I thought he was going to say Doha, but okay, we agree. It's USA. It's the 2023.
So you thought it was just going to be that easy that you're going to make the team because everything that built you up to that moment, it was like, got this.
Yeah, in a sense, it was like, I didn't think it was going to be easy, but I just thought that, like, no matter, I thought we had gotten to the point to where we had figured out all of the little things that wasn't working in the other races. Like, the things that we thought wasn't working in the other races where it was like, oh, well, you did this good, but you didn't do that. Like, I thought by the time we got to USA's, it was just going to all be together. Mm-hmm. Psych. Yeah. Psych.
Would you say that you were grateful for that moment because that failure breeded your success to either make the coaching change or anything like that?
Absolutely.
Was it that moment that you like, something has to change?
It was actually a little after USA's because there was a lot that went on. So, you know, at that point, you have world champs in August, but then they were still doing the Diamond League meets afterwards, right? So you still have a season that you can, you know, partake in. So it's like, okay, you didn't make the team. Cool, you're in the relay pool. Let's still go out there and try to, like, finish off the year on a strong note. Yeah. And so I went to 3 meets overseas right after USA's. And it was one was in Budapest. The next one was in a small little city called Lucerne in Switzerland. And then London, which, crazy enough, I went to London, wasn't even in the race. Wasn't in the race, wasn't even there for the relay. Now, I was in the relay pool, but wasn't there for the relay. How that works, I don't know. They was like, we gonna send you to London, and whatever happens, happens. Okay. So I go to that first race in Budapest, 6th place. Okay. Whatever. Go to the second race in Lucerne, 6th place. Okay. Whatever. Matter of fact, doubled at the Lucerne race. I don't know who I thought I was at that point. I was just out there just doing stuff. Okay. So I went and got in the 200. Mind you, at that point, I really wasn't running in the 200. Put me in lane 1. I had no business to. I should have pulled out. I shouldn't have just ran. 6th place in that,
just
right?
Trying things.
They're just trying things. It didn't work. I didn't make the team. Let's just see. Let's just do stuff. Yeah. So go to London. By the time I get to London, I'm in the relay, and so in the 100 that day, I was still out there, and so it was kind of like one of those things. You know how it goes, like, be ready because you never know. Yeah. So I think it was Sha'Carri who pulled out of the 100 that race, and I got in. So I got in that race, and I finished like either it was anywhere between 5th or 7th. I can't remember. Okay. But I had me a little overseas PB. So I'll take it. It was fun. So after that, I remember sitting down and I think I saw Damu. And because Damu was also at all the meets I was at that week. She saw me all week.
Okay.
So she was like, hey, like how you been? Which she had told me that in Budapest, but she was like, when we get a chance, like I want to catch up. So I was like, okay, we'll catch up in London.
And she feels good spirits.
Yeah.
Damu was like that.
Yeah, but also, if you guys didn't know, Damu was a commentator for the Sunbelt Conference when I was running in the Sunbelt. So she watched, literally watched me like in 2021,
Shout out to
2022.
Damu, Cherry Mitchell.
Yeah.
Shout out to Damu, Cherry Mitchell.
Yeah, so she like watched me develop into, the person who got to USA's and did what she did. So she was like, how's it been? Da, da, da. So I'm just like, well, like it's just been really frustrating. Like it's just, I don't know what it is, but it's just not working. Right. I don't know what, but it's just not. So she was like, well, I'm not saying that you need to like come to us or anything, but I feel like you're missing a professional atmosphere.
I'm not saying it, but I'm saying it.
Yeah. And so, it was like one of those things where, somebody tell you something that you kind of know already, but like you don't want to hear it because you don't want to do it. Mm-hmm. It was like that. And I was like, okay, I hear you. I don't want to do it, but I hear you. And so then I literally left Damu from saying that. She was like, just come check it out. She was like, even if it's not us, like I would love if you came to our group, but even if it's not us, like that's what you need. Like I'm telling you, that's what you need.
That's the mothering Damu.
Yeah. So we get to, or no, I get back to my hotel room, and so my agent's looking at me, and Roland's like, we need to have a conversation. So I'm like, oh God. It's like one of those things where it's coming, but you just don't know. Yeah. So then it was like, I'm not saying that like you need to leave your coach, but you need to start looking at your options because there's, like I said, there was a lot of moving parts. Coach G was getting a new job at USC. I had just didn't make the team, and there was just the transparency of, okay, like, are you going to continue to do this, or do you just go somewhere where you have the things that you're missing right now? And so that was really hard having that conversation, and especially with Coach G, because like he's family. That's my guy. Yeah. And so knowing that he did everything he possibly could to make sure that I was set up for success, and me being receptive and trusting him as I've always done to be able to get me there, giving my all too. It's like one of those things where it was like a breakup in a sense. Like, dang, we really got to break this up.
Listen, this is the first thing I did when I was with Brooks. And then I had to leave Brooks to go to Dennis. And I literally came to Brooks's house, sat down with him, and I remember I had a hat in my hand, and I'm just like fidgeting with the hat. And it just was like one of the hardest things I ever had to say, because you're so connected to that person, and they were there for you, not just physically as a track athlete and track coach, but like there for you in every way possible. Yes. And that's a hard thing to do.
Yes. It was hard. And I had to have, because we was talking to Mark about it, and so he was like, well, I'll call Coach G on Wednesday, and then I'm like, no, I'm about to call him as soon as I land in the States. Like, I'm not doing this whole we waiting a couple days, and because we're not like that. Like he can look at me and tell me when something's wrong, or he can sense when something's wrong. So I would be doing myself and him a disservice if I just tried to pretend like nothing was wrong. Yeah. So calling him in the airport, and I'm like crying at this point. I'm boohoo crying, walking around the airport with Roland. People probably think like, what did this man do to this woman? Because she's over here boohoo crying. I'm like, I don't want to leave, but I don't know, I might have to. And he was just like, look, like, whatever happens, you're going to be fine. I'm going to be fine. Like, obviously I would love if you come with me to USC, but you got to do what you got to do what's best. Like, you have to do what's best for you. And at the end of the day, like, I understand that, and we going to always be good. And so once he told me that, I was kind of like, it kind of calmed me down a little bit, but it was still just like this uneasy feeling of like,
you don't know what's next.
I don't know what's next. And so I make the call to Damu. So me and Roland, we go down, visit the camp and everything. And also within me doing that, called TT because me and TT were good friends at the time. Well, we still are good friends, but like at that point,
I didn't even know. Yeah, but even before then, before you got to the camp, okay,
yeah, because
they Thelma and Louise now.
Thelma and Louise, yes.
She Thelma.
Yes.
She Thelma. She let that be known. She let it be known.
Yeah. So I was calling her, asking her like, okay, like shoot it to me straight, like what it is, what it ain't, like how is it down from training to the dynamics in the group, like tell me. And she was just like you can do this, it can work, but when you come down here, like it's gonna be something like we train at this level, like it's this and it ain't nothing less. Like don't expect for it to be nothing less. Like coach is not going to expect nothing less out of you or whatever the case may be. And I'm like, I can do that. Like I can meet the challenge of setting that expectation being high and following through on it. And so ended up making the move
to Star Athletics.
Yes, to Star Athletics.
Okay.
In the fall of 2023. Yeah.
All right. So when you got an opportunity to sit down with Dennis for the first time and have a conversation with him, and I know Dennis.
Yeah.
I know how that looks.
You know what I mean? And watching you run, I'm like, Dennis finally got his dog. What was that conversation like? Because me and Dennis sat down and had a conversation. Our conversation was very simple, straight to the point. He said, look, I have a stable. I need a stallion. And I was like, I'm a stallion. I have no stable. And he was like, cool. And we had beer and wings. He was like, check's on you.
Yeah. So we met him at the track, and you know how he liked to get his laps in. So we walked about 2 miles that day. And that was in August in Florida.
So it's heat.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Drenched. So we walk in and talking. And so I had my little list of things, like, okay, like how do you manage, having multiple people in a group? Like, what does that look like for you and things like that? And so he was like, well, I give all of y'all the same tools, but it's up to you to be able to go and use that the right way. Like once you get on the track, like I done gave you everything that you needed to go out there and succeed. It's going to be up to you. And so the one question that I did ask him, I looked at him square in his face, him and Sharif, and I said, do you think that I can be a world or Olympic champion individually? And he said, you would not be in this group if I didn't think that. And so I was like, okay, I could do this. Because that's the one thing. If you don't believe the things that I think that I can do, this ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
And so if you at least think that or believe that along with me, this can be good. This can be really good.
I could tell already a moment when you didn't think it was going to work. I don't even got to ask you. And them 525s hit you, you probably was like, this ain't going to work. This ain't it. This ain't it. What is 525?
Listen.
This ain't it.
Listen.
Ain't it. Whatever he said, I won't be here no more. Don't be here no more.
First of all, the first day came out there, said the workout. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. 2 minutes rest in between. Two what? 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. Did the 500, came back the next day. 6 300s. Okay. Got to that Wednesday. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's 525 day. What do you mean I'm going to have 3 500s in 1 week? You want to know the last time I ran a 500 in a fall workout? I ain't did that since I was like a sophomore in college.
Yeah, boy, and them giant hit.
Oh my gosh.
Listen, man, I remember the first time I had to run the 500 and he had me running and I got to the 400 meter mark and my body just stopped. It was like I couldn't even comprehend past 400 meters. He's like, what you doing? I was like, oh no.
Listen, it was bad. It was bad.
Oh, we know. It
was bad. And then as the weeks went on, it was kind of like, all right, Melissa, you just need to pick one thing you're really good at and like try to hold on to that for the whole workout. Because if you start focusing on all the other things that's going wrong, this ain't gonna be good for you.
Oh yeah.
Like, cause that first day, I want you to know, we did the 500, we did the 400. By the time I got to the 300, I was basically walking. But I promise you, I was running. I promise you everything I love. I was moving them arms.
We know.
Listen, it was crazy. It was crazy. But even then though, like joining the group, like I'm trying to get used to the workouts and then I'm dealing with a lingering shin issue from the previous year. So then all of that just went downhill. Like once we got out the grass and I made it maybe a week and a half on the track, and he was like, Melissa, shut it down, like you're done. I couldn't run.
Yeah.
I was going around the track like this, limping.
And this is 2023 fall, correct?
Yes. So in
going
the
into
Olympic
2024,
year.
yeah.
So now I'm like, am I really that crazy? Like I changed my coaches in the Olympic year. Not only do I do that, I'm injured.
It's okay.
I got to make something shake.
I did. Listen,
Something's got to give.
I did the same thing. I changed and went to him in 2012.
Really?
So during Olympic year.
2011, yeah, you came
Yep.
11. But for 412,
I felt the same way you felt.
Yeah.
I thought I was crazy. I'm like, what is
I'm
going on
like-
here?
Day in, day in, day out.
Day in, day out.
I'm like, come on, guy, give me something. You like, there ain't no way in the world. Cause now I'm like, well, I gotta make the move look like I did, like I knew what I was talking about. You know what I'm saying?
One thing Dennis is good at, and I always admired him for, he always would let you know everything doesn't have to be perfect for it to work out for you. Mm-hmm. Everything doesn't have to line up exactly the way you think. Mm-hmm. And then when he starts to talk like, girl, you know, this is what you got to do. Once he get in that voice right there, listen,
Yes.
he gonna make you feel like you going to war with
Listen.
every machine gun, knife, gun, carry, and you gonna be ready.
Oh, yeah.
Once he get there, it don't matter how you feel. That voice right there, when he talks to you like that, calms you and you're ready for anything.
Yeah, it was so crazy because I had my moment like that with him. So I was down for about 2.5 months. So yeah, from that December, and then I didn't start running again, like running actually had spikes on when everybody else had spikes on until like February. I think I have a video on my phone of the day he let me put spikes on. But I was doing the bike.
Grass runs.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Some diagonal. He had me doing diagonal
diagonal.
repeat hundreds.
Yeah, repeat hundreds is the thing.
There was one day though. I thought I had 2 sets of repeat hundreds, and I really had 3. And he waited until I got in the shed and sent Sharif to say, Melissa, you gotta go. I'm like, Sharif, no, I'm not doing it. He's like, I don't know what to tell you. You got another one. I'm like, man, screw this. I'm about to go home. Like, this is not okay. Like, but no. So after getting through all of that, I remember I was just starting to get more comfortable with, you know, telling myself like, okay, you're not hurt anymore. Like, don't think about if you're going to be limping or not. Just act like nothing ever happened.
Just go.
And so he told me one day, he was like, you literally have to trick your mind into telling your body that you are caught up with everybody else. Because if you keep telling yourself that you got to catch up, that's how you going to run. Like you playing catch up. And so when he told me that, I was like, okay, I'm down with tricking myself at this point. What do I have to lose? The Olympic trials is in June. I don't really have a lot of meet set up because it's not like I ran really good last year. It's not like I'm getting invited to meets or it's easy for me to get into meets. So I'm taking whatever I can get. I'm running at Florida Relays, at Miramar, at Tom Jones, whatever meet will take me.
Yeah.
Just let me get in there. So we get through that, and then like I go on this tear of like, you know, I'm running times that I hadn't ran the year before, right? So I'm consistently running 10.9, or like I'm consistently winning races. I didn't win a race all year in 2023, right? So I get to a point now to where I'm actually winning races in. And so we get to May, we get to after I think it was World Relays, because I ended up running the anchor leg on the relay. And so oh, yes. I do remember that. Yes, y'all were there. Yeah, so after that race, I had a chance to go to Doha, but he was like, nah, I think you need to stay home and train. So I was like, okay, because I'm all for it. Like, whatever the plan is, like, let's do the plan. Yeah. So I ended up staying home to train, and then we go over to LA, and I win the race in LA, and then we go over for pre. And so I'm like, I'm feeling really good about pre. Like, you know, I got a chance to go out there, you know, maybe shock myself, do a little something. Go out there, the gun goes off. Girl, what was that? Like, we was doing so good, you know, and my agent was just like, get tired. Like, you've been running all May. Like, you haven't really sat down and trained for real. So, you know, just take that in, let it lead you into Olympic trials. And that's kind of what I did. Pre was my last race. We trained, you know how he goes, shut us down. And it was
about 2
one
weeks
day
before.
on, one day off. One day on, one day off. Saturday practice in full effect. I'm like, Jesus Christ, it's getting harder out here.
I don't think anybody realizes, unless you are in that group, the level of commitment you have to have for that training.
No.
It's because you hear about other groups where they be like, they have Wednesdays off and they go hang out at the club and do fun things on the weekends.
Days off.
Listen,
to start.
Yeah, you have to negotiate
off.
with the rest of your body to get up and just go to practice on a daily basis when you're in that group.
Listen,
high intensity,
high.
mentally and physically. But
And
I love that Dennis is more cerebral than a lot of coaches.
True.
He gets you there cerebrally. I don't even know if that's a word. Better than a lot of other people. Somebody gonna correct me.
Fact checker right there.
Not a word. I'll be like, I get it.
Yeah, no, I would agree. I would say that, it's one thing with me coming into the group knowing that I was going to get the physical part of what I was missing, like, whether it was not even really the workouts itself, but like the intensity of the workouts, or like just
the competition.
Yeah, the competition.
In-house competition.
Yes. So, you're going to get that, but then also you don't account for, like you said, like the mental part of being in star athletics. Like that's a whole nother level of training that people don't even tap into.
Listen, I be at practice and I remember times where I know my body's about to fail me and my mind is like, I think you done. And I look around, look for a little pothole or divot and be like, go ahead and step in it, dog. Act like you about to fall to the ground because this is taking you out already.
Yes.
But you survive. You make it through. And on the other side, when you shed away all that fatigue, all that tiredness, you feel like a superhero.
Oh, yeah.
You feel amazing.
Oh, yeah.
What is that connection between, you went through that connection with Dennis during the training cycle, that gauntlet. Now you have arrived into 2024 and those wins and those losses, but those wins, it showed the veracity that you had when you came across the line. From World Relays coming across the line, roaring, rah.
Yeah.
All the wins you led up to that point, roaring, rah. Like that was a different Melissa that we saw. What was that connection that you had with Dennis going into competition that made it special and made that personality come out?
I think it was just the knowledge or the fact of knowing that you can literally be who you want to be. Like, whether that's, channeling who you are on the track or expressing like what you're feeling. Like, it's okay to express how you feel in that moment. Like, I'm coming across the line celebrating, like, let's go, and, cheering and stuff. But it's because y'all don't know what I went through to get to this line. Like 2.5 months ago, I was going like this up my stairs at home.
Yeah.
Like, didn't even know if I was going to be in a position to make a team, let alone all of the other stuff that was going on behind closed doors. Like, the fact that we moved down here is new. I've never been out the state of South Carolina before. Like, there's a whole lot of things that's going on. And so for me to be out here and once again, just doing what I love, like the one thing it's always been, and it goes back to every single time, is just being able to truly do what I love, but also expressing that in a way that is authentic to who I am, and knowing in my heart, like, what that means. Like, what else matters? Who else matters?
Yeah. Yeah. You got one? Olympic trials, Olympics, bronze medal. What did that mean to you?
Talk about the trials first.
Okay.
The trials?
That what happened at the trials was is unprecedented.
Oh, yeah.
Unprecedented.
Yeah. No, so trials it was so crazy because that was obviously my first year in the group. So like how you talk about like going through that 2-week gauntlet of just one day on, one day off. And every other day you come into practice, you got to be ready to sprint. And so when you get to trials, it's like you look around and you're like, oh, ain't nobody else in here more prepared than we are. Like, you can't convince me otherwise, because I know what we all just went through to get here, and I guarantee you it's not what you did. And that's just the truth to it. And so taking that into each round it was kind of like, okay, you're getting familiar. And I kept dropping season's best on season's best, right? So the prelim goes, season's best, semifinals go, season's best. And I'm like, okay, let's do it. Like, I went out there thinking I could win, right?
Yeah.
And so, you know, you get to the line and you're like, because I told myself too, the team in 2023 that I didn't make, that was the last team that I will ever not make.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, this is gonna happen right here today. And so the gun goes off and I'm getting out good. I'm falling over a little bit, but I'm still there. And so cross the line, I'm looking up at the scoreboard. And so, you know, I see first place, I see second place, me, right? But then I'm like, I wasn't even worried about me. I was looking to see if TT had made the team. And so you can see me at the board looking like this, like, oh my gosh. And so when TT's name comes up, I'm like, oh snap, we actually did it. Yes. And so I literally like go screaming, running in her direction. I didn't even know she was in that direction, but I just went running that way and saw her. And I remember picking her up, and then we were all like, Carrie hugged us too. So we were all like just hugging and everything. And it was like one of the most like proudest moments ever to be a part of that, like actually be one of the training partners who made the team together. Like, it was just special.
That was history.
That's never happened.
Never.
It was insane.
That was, and former Star Athletics athletes, when we saw it, we know what y'all went through to get there.
Yes.
And if we know Dennis, we like, Dennis planned his years out.
He did.
And that's how he is. Like, he'll be like, 2 years old, he'd be like, I want to sweep nationals. You'll say that drinking one of them dirty little Budweisers. I hate the Budweisers. But he loved them things. But he'll say it. He's speaking in things. And he'll work at it.
Yep.
And when I seen it, I was like, oh yeah, he planned that.
Yeah.
Like, even when I saw how y'all moved into the next year, all that's planned. That's nothing by chance. Dennis he thinks about it and he plans for it. So I know that moment was a good moment for you guys.
Yeah, no, it's great.
So we sat there in Paris, was able to watch throughout the whole track meet. We saw you in your bronze. What would that feel like to you?
It was a gold in my eyes.
Yeah.
It was, I say this still to this day, the color might be bronze, but it's gold. I got 2 gold medals because, like I said, everything that had happened leading up to that, I changed coaches. I started out the year injured, overcame the injury, made the Olympic team with my training partners, and then to get the individual medal, it's like a dream come true.
Yeah.
It's like there's nothing beating that. And so you look at it and it's kind of like you're just happy because once again, I'm waiting for the names to pop up. And obviously that day too, that was Julian's race because I'm very, very honest person. And I always give credit where credit is due. Melissa was never winning that race that day. And I know that the way, if you watch the way she ran that race, Melissa was never going to win that day. And I've accepted that. And so, but even then, like for her to like be a part of that in a sense too, of like, you know, everybody on this podium has a story of how they got to where they got to right in this moment. That's crazy. And so, like, watching my name come up again, which I felt like third place took forever to come up. I'm like, man, if this don't say my name, I don't know what I'm about to do. And then my name popped up, and I'm just like...
So you had your Kanye moment. They always wanted to know if I didn't get bronze, what I'd do. Guess we'll never know.
Yeah, I guess we'll never know. I guess we'll never know. Yeah.
That's amazing. After that Olympics, get your bronze medal. You have some type of new surge of motivation going in. What was that fall like? Because we don't know. We know Grand Slam comes that next year, which sets you up for greatness, I think. But what was that fall like coming off of that bronze medal? What was that training camp like? Let's
see what I can do if I'm not injured. Like, what does a healthy Melissa look like? And that was the question. That was the question that I had to ask myself. Because when I tell you I was so content and happy with how 2024 was, but at the end of the day, I'm still a competitor. Like, I got bronze, and it's gold in my eyes, but I still got bronze. Like, who's going to be just happy with a bronze medal, right? Like, you want to win. who doesn't want to win at the end of the day? And so that was the thing that I took into fall training. Whereas it was kind of like one of those things where I got more comfortable with the training regimen. And even though it's fall training with Dennis, so it's still always going to hurt. But you have a better idea of how it's going to hurt.
You bought
right?
in.
Yes.
You bought in 100%.
Yes. So I know when 525 day come that, okay, if I start out the pace going at, when we first getting into fall training, if I start out the pace at 18, I think I could finish in 18. Even if I don't, I still think that I could finish at 18, but I'm going to start at a pace where I know I could finish. So, just taking little things like that and building on top of it. And then just carrying that into the year. I had signed up for Grand Slam, and at that point, a lot of people were kind of like, oh, well, I don't know if I'm going to do it. I don't know if I'm not. I'm like, well, see y'all there. Like, I'll be there. I don't know what you're doing, but I'll be there. And so I feel like, leading up into Grand Slam, just even then looking at that transition from fall training into kind of like sprinting training or whatever the case may be, it was really just like, okay, let's see what we got. But then also too, I was planning a wedding. So
yeah.
So there was like a lot
going on.
Yeah. But it was a lot going on, but at the same time it wasn't. Me planning the wedding gave me time away from the track, and time at the track gave me time away from planning the wedding.
You found balance.
I found the balance.
So everybody getting married during your season, she's giving you coins and nuggets.
Yes.
How to feel a break from the track and to feel a break from the wedding.
Absolutely. Absolutely. When one gets to be too much, you go to the other.
So I know Dennis is very intentional on how each athlete sets up their season, right? Mm-hmm. Knowing that you're going into Grand Slam, he probably had a certain style of training probably for you and Kenny to make sure that when y'all come out, y'all show out. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Do you feel that season set you up for the perfect storm? Because obviously we watched Grand Slam. We're in the 1, the 2.
Yeah.
Stepping back around, we're in the 1, the 2, the 1, the 2. Mm-hmm. Did you think that season set you up for that triple goal for the World Championships?
I think it does.
Yeah.
I 100% think it does. And it's because I found a rhythm, right? I was getting 2 quality, good races in, and then going back home and training for 3 weeks to improve on that. And then, okay, let's go back out and see what we got again. Like, that was actually really fun. At first, like that first month from the Kingston meet to the Miami meet, it was kind of like, dang, I don't got another meet for 3 weeks. Like, training with Dennis for 3 more weeks. Like, what? Y'all know what that is. Like, sometimes when you start racing and then you got to go back in and do a whole cycle of training.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, help me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, I started to, like, really like it. It was kind of something where it was like, okay, kind of like a problem solving in a sense. Okay, we have this meet. We did this here. We did this here good. We did this here not so great. All right, let's go back to training and try to figure that out. And then let's see if we do it at the next meet. And that's basically what it was. And really, for sure, for the 200, by far.
Yeah. What was your take? Because we haven't actually had an opportunity to sit down and talk to somebody who's been a part of the Grand Slam. Mm-hmm. And obviously you've had the utmost respect and utmost success in the Grand Slam. Mm-hmm. Would you do it again?
Absolutely.
And did you feel like you was in a league? Did it feel professional? What was that feeling like so the audience can understand from your perspective?
Yeah. I'll say it just like this. The biggest fault or the biggest downfall of Grand Slam was literally the financial part. Mm-hmm. If the financials didn't fall through, Grand Slam would be the best thing that ever happened for track and field in today's age.
Oh yeah,
especially on the American circuit.
Oh yeah,
yes.
The athletes were knocking at the door after y'all started running and running fast. Everybody's like, "Oh, how can we get in?"
Yes, and I think, and I get it. Like, you have to look at it. Like, at the end of the day, we were promised this money. We were supposed to get. People were supposed to get paid, and yes, there was a lot of things on that side of the logistical side of things that were done wrong. Well, I would say from the front office side of things, it was done wrong, or it could have been done differently. But as an athlete who was a part of it, it felt professional. It was an actual league. Like, it gave, even with you having athletes who are, say for instance, not American, right? You finally had something in the States where people could follow
and go and watch
and actually start to become fans of. Why is that something that people hate on? I don't get it. Like I literally, that's the part with me that I've struggled with the most, is that, like, you know, they just want to focus on that one thing. Whereas if you look at the structure of what Grand Slam was and what it brought and how well athletes benefited from it, because I believe, and you guys could correct me if I'm wrong, or anybody else can, but most of the athletes, if not all of them, who participated in Grand Slam last year, all ran really good at like the later parts of the year.
No. I feel that, and to your point, the quality races benefited you going into the next year. Having the 1 and the 2, and to balance the 1 and the 2, or the 800 meter guys doing the 8 and the 15, or the 400 meter hurdler guys and doing the 400 and the flat. 100 meters, all beside them, all of them benefited from that type of style of running, because it forced them to get out of their comfort zone to be better in another event that made their main event better.
Yep.
You focusing more on your 200 made your 100 better. And that's why we look at the fastest woman in the world.
There we go. Triple.
Yeah.
Triple.
So now you ran that gauntlet of Grand Slam, going to the
Undefeated.
In the
100.
In the 100.
Yeah.
I'm still giving her undefeated and everything. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? Because I know she can get it done. But now you are going into the season, you nationals, world championships. How'd you feel going into that? Did you feel like everything that I've listened to a couple of your interviews, listen to your interviews, Lily, in 2024, where you sat down and said, I want to be the gold medalist in the 100, the 200, and the 4x1. You called it, right? Did you feel like that leading into nationals and world championships in 2025? Did you feel like I am going to be the world champion in these 3 events?
Yeah, I did. But I had that feeling one day at a practice. I can't remember which one, but I looked at Kayla White and Tonia Marshall. And we were walking, we was getting ready to do our cool down lap. And I looked at them, I said, y'all know me. Like, I'm not a very like cocky person or prideful person. I said, but there ain't no way that I'm not winning when we get to Tokyo. Like, there's no way. Like, it ain't happening. I knew. It was just like, just get me there. Just let me get there. That's all I need to do.
I think when you said that, I mean, you probably spoke winning into existence, but that ain't no way created the biggest margin of victory. True. Yeah, you were going to win regardless, but when you said ain't no way, because you've won the 100 and the 200 by the biggest margins in a world championship almost ever, which is crazy. Like,
That's insane.
it was, yeah, bro. It was like, you go back and watch those races and look at the times, it's like, respect to those competitors. But it was a very huge margin, which made you leapfrog so many people with the 1061. And I actually called the time right on the head.
Really?
I wanted you to run 10.5. I asked them right before you ran.
Oh,
they
man.
said set. I said 1061, Melissa Jefferson. And it happened.
Man.
The first time he gave, he's like, I'm going to give it like 10:59. He was like, I'm going to say 10:61. That's what he said.
Exactly what I
Listen,
did.
and if you go back and look at the race, put it in slow-mo. There's like the slightest of little right before the line.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it was there. Also, though, it's like with no win, 1061, like no win.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Give me a little 1.3.
But
We got
I
it.
knew you were capable of that. What was more astonishing was your 200. I think you shocked the world with that.
I think she shocked us up with that one.
Yeah.
That blew me away.
It reminds me a lot when I started running the 200 under Dennis. Dennis didn't want me to run the 200. He didn't want me to run the 200, but I did the same kind of training you did, right? It got me ready for the 200.
Yeah.
So Monaco called. Monaco was like, we want to do a star-studded lineup with all these guys in here who runs a 200, and we want to put you in there. And I was like, I ain't run a 200 in a long time. You know what I mean? Like that level.
Yeah.
And got in there, and Dennis warmed me up. He's like, man, go out there and do it. He walked me through exactly what I need to do, how I need to race, where I need to strike.
Yeah.
And came off that turn in the lead, And I was like so surprised. I started pinballing down the track, like almost stepping on the line. Like, oh. I ran 1968. I was like, walked over to Dennis afterwards. I was like, I guess we were in the 200 now, huh? I guess so.
Yep.
Was that for you? Like, did you feel like, did you ever have any hesitation of how fast you can run a 200? Or did you be like, I'm ready to run this 200. I'm ready to run faster than the 200.
I think after Philly, I was like, okay, you should actually stop playing around because you can run this for real. Like, stop trying to say that you can't run the 200 because you could do it. And so I'll be honest with you. I thought I was going to run 24.5 last year. Honestly.
21.5?
Yeah. I thought I was going to run that last year. But it's okay. We're going to do it this year.
That we talking about? Listen, we talked about you on one episode before, earlier, about 2 episodes back. And he just was in awe of the fact of, yes, we've seen Juju go out there and run 21.5. But he says, but you cannot forget. I love making fun of his ass. You can't forget. Melissa has only ran one 200.
Yeah.
The reps ain't there for you to come out and just drop 21.6. One. So you can't forget about that. That can't not be unseen. But once again, you speak a lot of things in the existence. Another thing that you spoke, you was like, I seen you in an interview and you said you want to be one of the best to ever do it, meaning you're chasing ghosts. People that don't run in the sport anymore, or they're past and they've gone on to be somewhere else. That's what you're chasing. You're not even racing the opponents on the track, and that what makes you different. You and Noah.
Yeah.
You and Noah.
Yeah.
That's what make being one of the best ever. It changes your trajectory of what you're aiming at, saying, I'm not running for the day, and we possibly could be looking at ushering in the Melissa Jefferson era with her dominance now.
Oh.
We go into another championship cycle. Are we looking at the Melissa Jefferson-Wooden era?
I mean, I'm not saying this because I'm not saying because she's here, but I'm saying that Melissa has all the tools to have an era. She's disciplined. She has clarity. Even though she may be emotional after losses, she figures out how to correct her wrongs. She's a student of the game. She studies. She has a hell of a coach that's behind her. And she's God-fearing. So she's drawing energy from something different other than herself and ego. She believes, and she has her circle, always has have her circle. That is all the elements and recipe of having someone who is Teflon in our sport, who can be able to incubate themselves and create an era. You know what I mean? So I'm saying that because I believe it, not because you're sitting here, but I know that you can do that.
Thanks.
You know what I mean? So stay healthy, stay strong. You already talked about what your end game is, so that was my next question, but is to be one of the best ever to do it.
Right? Oh, yeah.
And you bring a different element that a lot of other elite athletes haven't done. You care about the next generation too. You care about the kids. Can you talk a little bit about what you're doing now? How are you giving back?
Yeah, so with Ultimate Championships this year, the championship, no S, they said. But I have been selected to be one of the children's ambassadors along with Leslie Lake Tobogo. So this year they're going to do like an Ultimate Kids Challenge. Maybe, I think it's the day before the Ultimate Championship starts. And so,
You'll be there too.
Oh, cool. See? Yeah, so we're going to have 2 teams. And then basically like our teams will go up against each other. But outside of that, I launched my nonprofit, the Village Initiative Incorporated, this past month on social media. And so we're going to do a 2-part launch coming in October. We're going to do a festival in South Carolina at my high school where it all started.
All right.
And then the next
We're going to need all 9,000 of y'all.
All 9,000
to
show
show
up.
up. We need all 9,000 of y'all to show up.
Yes. And so then the next week we'll come back here to Orlando to do the gala. And I wanted to set it up that way because obviously, when you have a gala, it's about, fundraising and things like that. But I want the people coming in who is willing to invest in what we're doing to see this is what you're investing in. Like, this is only a piece of what we're trying to give back and what we're trying to do. Like outside of our main events, and obviously like our mission is to empower families and communities through opportunities and events. So we're going to be doing not only festivals and galas every year, we're going to be putting on backpack drives, holiday drives, eventually getting to a place where we do mentorship programs as well. Maybe it's like in a group setting or things like that, I feel like a lot of times when it comes to kids and them hearing from individuals or just people who they look up to and things, they're more receptive when they're in group settings, knowing that they're not alone, right? And how they feel and what they're doing. And my whole reason of wanting to do this, the whole reason of why I started the Village Initiative Incorporated is because I have a village. And a lot of people today, they don't have that anymore. Like, it's like, no, this is my child and you better not say nothing to my child, or I'm going to figure it out all on my own. Whereas I didn't get to where I got to today because my parents said that they could do it by themselves. It was my aunt coming to pick me up from the after school program because my parents wasn't off of work yet. It was my sister picking me up from the school from practice or whatever the case may be. It was me hanging out, or my best friend's mom picking us up from the school and things like that. It was everybody looking out for one another. And then the other thing is too with that is that when you're in communities or you live in certain places, a lot of people don't know the resources that they have right there at their disposal. So that's also what we want to serve as, is essentially a central hub for people to come here and just see like, hey, these are the resources that you have at your disposal, depending on what you're looking for. Yeah.
I love it. And anything that we could do to help, let us know.
Let us
know.
For sure.
Make sure the camera, make sure you tell them your handle.
Okay.
We want you guys to follow Melissa, her charity. You tell them right there.
We ain't done yet. No, we almost done. We almost done.
No mind. I'm just telling them.
So, all right. You got any more? You got another question?
No, you said you ain't done. Go.
I'm just saying.
You said you ain't done.
So we know that. Can you give us a little bit of understanding of the audience what Ultimate Championship is? Because I've seen you do the morning show, right?
Yeah.
Good Morning America. And you and Noah were talking about Ultimate Championship. Can you let the audience understand what the Ultimate Championship and what sets it apart from other standard championships?
Yeah, so it's something that World Athletics is putting on this year. And it's, instead of, like with the World Championships or the Olympic Games, you only are allowed to take the top 3 in each event from every country. Whereas with the Ultimate Championship, they're taking the top 16 ranked in each event. There is some events that won't be a part of it. I can't remember off the top of my head which ones. But for the most part, every event that will be there, they're taking the top 16 ranked based off of your world ranking to come to this event. And instead of it being 3 rounds in over 10 days, it's going to be packed into 3 days, and everything is 2 rounds. So the 100 will be ran. We'll know who the ultimate champion is after one day. Yep, the first day. And then same thing with the 200. Like, we'll do the 200 rounds in both in the same day. And then also I think a little bit of the other things that are different. They're really big on trying to get the athletes involved as far as, their input on how they're doing certain things. So I know athletes like Mondo and Noah, like they're heavily involved in I think Mondo's doing stuff with the theme music or whatever the case may be, or he's making like an ultimate championship song. And so Noah is like in charge of the after party, the ultimate athlete after party or whatever the case may be. But then also I think he's playing more significant roles in that as well, just when it comes to like some of the logistics that will go on, things that may happen at World Championships that will necessarily be different, or maybe it's just hearing from the athlete and saying like, we like this, we don't like this, okay, well, we're going to do this at Ultimates instead of whatever the case may be.
Jeez.
Yeah,
so you could have 16 Americans line up for an event if
Absolutely.
top 16 is Americans.
Absolutely. Boy, also
Africans coming, boy. Ain't no way.
I'm just saying, man. I'm feeling very patriotic today, so I'm just giving my example.
Yeah, but I forgot to mention too. Also, the biggest difference about the Ultimate Championship versus the Olympic Games or the World Championships is the prize money. If you win, that's $150,000.
Boom, boom, cha-ching.
Yeah, and I'm doubling, so I'm going go big or go home.
Listen, we already know how you rack up. We seen you in the Grand Slam. You was racking up, so we know. Okay, go out there, get the 1, the 2, get it in.
Yeah.
Probably like Remy Rich. What Reem said, if he won all the Grand Slams, he's trying to get a Lamborghini.
Man, what?
A Lamborghini Panamera. This is your show. I only have 2 more questions for you. One is, what is the biggest misconception about Melissa Jefferson-Wooden?
You know, that's a good question. I think, I don't know. I feel like maybe some people think I'm not nice, per se.
You have a mean face. I've seen you around, and I don't say hi. I don't engage you until you engage me. And you'll be like, hey. And I'll be like, oh, you're speaking. Hey, yeah.
No.
Because I don't really know what that face is. I don't want to get rejected. So I'm like,
oh, no. No, one thing about me, like, I'm very well on speaking when I see people. So I'm going to speak.
Me,
yes.
And I saw you and you was like, how you doing? And I was like, it's great to see you.
No, trust me. I'm not one of those you got to walk around on eggshells.
You look so mean though. You was over there like this.
That attract me though.
Yeah, but you still support her teammates.
I was,
you know,
but see, I probably
her face looks so tight.
But see, like, okay, and I will tell you this too: if I didn't have my actual glasses on, I probably couldn't see you. Then there's that.
Yeah, the scowl.
Yeah,
because you squinting.
She did.
Like,
she did.
Who is
she
that?
was looking like that. So when I walked by, I guess I walked close enough for her to like recognize the beard because she can't see my face.
Yeah,
and she was like, "Hey," and I was like,
"Yeah,
how are you? Good to see you."
Yeah, no. Normally, if I'm like, it's because I can't see. If I don't have these glasses on,
your husband, he can see. He say what's up all the time.
He has the good vision. He has the good vision. But I think I would say that's probably the biggest misconception about me. I feel like I'm a really nice person.
I mean, you sound bubbly.
Okay.
You sound bubbly. My last question would be, what rumor is out there about you that you would want to put to bed? If there's any, and there might not be any.
Well, if there is, I actually probably don't know about it because I've done a really good job of like just, you know, how we was talking about earlier, like, you know, you see stuff on social media and like a lot of that sometimes, even if you don't pay it no mind, you just don't want to see it, right? So, you know, I've for the ongoing of this season, I have like stayed away from Twitter. Then people on Twitter, you need like a thicker skin for those folks.
I don't even have Twitter no more.
Yeah, like I'm cool off them. I'll go back to Twitter when track is over and it's football time. Like that's when I go back to Twitter.
They said it well. When you become more famous, stop Googling yourself.
Yeah.
Because you have a lot of people that love you, but I don't know why the brain works this way. There's a small contingent of people who don't like you, but your brain focuses on that. You know what I mean?
And you know, so that is so true because the amount of times that I've said, not only on interviews or whatever, but just to like people within my circle, like, you know, I just don't feel like I'm respected, right? Or like I feel like there's, you know, some people out there who just like they just don't respect me, and they're like, no, it's actually quite the opposite. Like the fact that you think they don't respect you or whatever the case may be, that means that they do. Like they can't, they was like, they might not respect you as a person, but like, you know, what you do on the track, they have no choice but to respect that. And so that's been one thing this year that I've been kind of like just, you know, coming to terms with, or not really coming to terms with, but like just really accepting of like, you know, at the end of the day, I know who I am. I know what I am and what I'm not doing or whatever the case may be. So like at the end of the day, I said, the world don't spin if people aren't people.
Yeah.
And people are people.
And there's times I've been motivated by the hate. And
yes.
It helped me be the best version of myself.
Yes.
Beautiful fairy tale-esque season that you've had thus far, right? And career. Triple gold, but an amazing wedding too.
Yes.
How was that process for you and Roland?
And the swimsuit thing.
Sports Illustrated too.
Yes.
Yeah.
You out there, I don't know how your husband be out there, you know, you out there. But your knick-knack out there, you know what I mean? I be like, I know he on the patrol like, yeah, say something.
Listen, so it was so funny. It was so funny when Sports Illustrated first came up, and me and my aunt was talking about it. It was like, oh my gosh. It was like, wait. He was like over there like, wait. Ain't nobody asked me what I think. And he was like, no, I'm just playing. I was like, well, I mean, I guess I could ask you like how you feel about it. I love you, but I would still do it. But I just, it's good to know how you feel about it or whatever the case would be. But he was like all for it.
As a husband, that comes from protection.
Yeah.
That's where it comes from.
Right.
It comes from nothing else. He knows his first role is a protector.
Yeah, but it also comes with a little bit of bragging because you be like, my wife on Sports Illustrated. Hold on now. Hold on. I know I got her back. You know what I mean?
I know you walk in the college dorm, you see on the wall, these young boys, you be like, hey.
How was he during the wedding?
Roland, okay, so honest truth. He was involved enough. I didn't overbear him with being involved because I know how he would get. He'd be like, it's you. It's what you want to do. It's your day. I'm just here. And that was the one thing that I made sure to tell him was like, no, it's not just my day. Like, it's our day. So some things you need to tell me what you do and don't want. Or next thing you know, we out here doing something. You like, wait a minute. I ain't really like that. Well, you told me it was my day, so now we doing what I want.
We're doing the electric slide for our dance.
Yeah, but no, it was fun. but it was, all in all, it was fun. Our wedding was big. My family is big. My mom is the baby of 10 children.
All right. Okay.
So
yeah, ain't no TVs.
Y'all fed a lot of
Ain't no TVs.
Y'all fed a lot of people that day.
Ain't no TVs up there.
A lot of people that day. But
Yeah.
it was a wonderful, great, amazing day. Like I want to have another wedding. Well, really just like the reception part, but like maybe scale it down a little bit, like not, because we planned for 250 people. 237 ended up coming, which is like, with weddings, you have the people, oh, I'm coming. Then the week of like, oh yeah, I can't make it no more. And it's like, oh, thanks. I already paid for your plate, but okay. Like,
Yeah.
But all in all, it was a lot of fun. I feel like it was a great start to a year where you was like, you didn't necessarily know like how it was going to be or what it was going to look like, but it was a great party for sure.
Honeymoon?
Yeah. So we waited until the season was over. And so then we honeymooned in St. Lucia in October. I did go there. I didn't tell Juju I was there. And she saw I was there. Was like, hope you enjoyed yourself. And I was like, oh yeah, we did.
Listen, it's gonna be crazy to watch this, you guys in the Ultimate Challenge.
Oh yeah.
But you'll be getting ready for Celestia next. Correct? And that's gonna be a big race for you.
Yep.
We're covering that at Flow Sports.
Okay.
So you'll be covering that one.
Definitely. With that being said, we appreciate you coming on.
Oh, no, wait, you gotta get the last game. Gold medalist.
Oh yeah. The game.
Okay.
It's the game.
Okay.
It's a little funny game.
I've heard her do her Mount Rushmore, and she got a lot of flack from it.
Yeah.
But we're gonna give you more flack. Sorry.
It's okay.
You gotta go. So because you're a gold medalist, you get if you wasn't a gold medalist, you had to put together a 4x1 from this time. But because you're a gold medalist, you get to put together the best 4x1. You have to be in it of all time.
Okay.
And put it in order.
In any country.
Because you're a gold medalist, you could do anything.
Thank you. Any country. All right.
The Monstars done landed. Michael Jordan's sick. They need you, the other MJ, to handle these Monstars. You need to put a relay team together to beat them.
All right. Okay. I'm going Shelly out the hole.
Woo!
I'm going Elaine second leg.
Okay. Let's stick moving.
I'm going, who am I going to put third leg? I'm going Flojo third, and I'm putting me last.
Well, when Flojo did that with Evelyn Average, man, they was amazing. So I
started out the hole and keep it going.
Listen, you might just be walking across the line with all that heat behind you.
Yeah, they could go 3x4, and they're gonna be all right. They're gonna be all right. But I want to commend you because you are one of those people who could run almost every leg.
Yeah.
First, second, third, all four.
Yeah.
You could do them all.
What's your favorite?
I mean, who doesn't like to run last leg? Not that I've ran it and God knows how long, but like it's just something about,
Now,
Just bringing it home.
Yeah.
Although I do like running first leg though.
You made me believe at World Relays. Like I liked you out the hole. When I watch you at World Relays, I said, hey. Oh boy, this girl cooking out here.
They got that top end for
Listen.
real.
Got that top.
Listen, and I haven't really ran last leg since college. And when I did in college, I had a blast.
Yeah.
Had a blast.
Yeah.
That's great. Well, we hope you had a good time.
Yes.
We love having you. We want you to plug. We want to give you a Ready, Set, Go shirt.
Thank you.
It should fit.
Okay.
I did the specs, but if it don't, get mad at him. No, we got you.
All right.
That's how you get it.
I definitely will get it out to you. Any charity or any last words to your fans, to the young girls? This is your camera.
Okay.
Handle for your follow. Go ahead.
Okay. I just want to say thank you all to everyone who has supported me on my journey from Coastal up until now. Even if you're just now, knowing who I am, thank you for being on this journey with me. You're now part of the village. Also want to plug my nonprofits page on Instagram. It's the Village Initiative Incorporated on Instagram. And then also, if you want to follow me as well, I'm kind of cool. My handle on Instagram is @__Melissa J19. And yeah, we got some big things planned. It's coming up. And so, stay tuned for it.
Yes, follow up, please. Follow up, please. We hope you guys enjoyed our show. We hope we exposed everything about Melissa that you guys wanted to know. We're going to love to see what you guys put in the comments. But until next time with us on Ready, Set, Go!
Yeah. Ready, set, the moment's here. Release the speed, let the track appear. Go, give it your all. Chase up in the side of the crowd, call. Get set, get ready, it's time to go. The charges of the crowds on the floor. Ready, set, boom, go. Let the game begin, the unleash the chat, boom. Let your spirit win.